Hello everyone and welcome back to another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle video. My name is DFree. Here today. We got some more news. Now this time it is over on the Japanese version of the game. So as of now, on a side note, the Japanese version doesn't appear to have the notice or anything like that pertaining to, and this could change in the morning or whatever the case is, pertaining to the family trio card. So that being said, we do have a different announcement. Now this is not what JP is getting apparently. So as you can see, this is how the icon looks as far as in the news. So very, very quick translation, courtesy of the Reddit, Google Translate, whatever the case is. New event holding notice, a new event which commemorates the Eye of a Mischievous Goku. One Piece planned, 00 Goku, and a fierce battle of intense battle unfolds. The degree of difficulty is comparable to the Super Hardship event Super Battle Road. At this event, with a large number of rounds, characters with the ability to change turn conditions can make the most of their powers. Let's cultivate team members and prepare for new event. Looks like a new difficulty, longer events, new SPR. So let me go ahead and just kind of reiterate this. For one, it's a new event that is going to be difficult, have difficulty comparable to SBR. They don't list which SBR because, as you guys know, the first batch is easier than the latter batch, right? So that being said, I couldn't tell you, but there are a couple of interesting things that they do talk about in here. So let's just go ahead and recant that. So at this event with a large number of rounds, so it is going to be an event that has a long number of rounds you can go through. I don't know if it's going to be turn restricted, whatever the case is. Like, I don't know if they're going to give you 30 rounds or 30, what's the word? Like turns, right? Including your own rotations, and there's 3 units per, so like 10 rounds basically. Oh, charges, there we go, the word's charges. So I don't know what they're doing, but there's going to be a large number of rounds, so that's really interesting. Or are they talking about, when it comes to rounds, consecutive fights? Like in SBR, you fight 1 round of enemies, and then when you're done with that, you go a couple spaces, you fight another round of enemies, so on and so forth. It's probably more so that, I would say, versus the charge thing. Anyways, character with the ability to change turn conditions can make the most of their powers. Change turn conditions, like, doesn't really make much sense to me. I'm guessing that they're saying characters that need a specific amount of turns to activate their passive. Now, if that's the case, for one, with this being harder and with it having quote-unquote more rounds, it seems like right there, with that part there, characters able to change their turn conditions, which is Google Translate, so it's horrible. Sounds like they're talking about characters that, like the LR Vegito and Gogeta cards, that need a set number of turns to even really become what they're going to become, right? It seems like they were talking about characters like that, or transforming Goku, Frieza, and Vegeta, like that need a set number of turns, basically, to even get to their final phases. So it sounds like that's what they're talking about, and that would tie into, again, the harder difficulty. And they're talking about cultivating team members and preparing for the new event, so I'm guessing that they're saying go ahead and train up your box and get ready for this new difficulty. That is a really, really interesting thing. There's no other, any other, like, comparable translations in there. So this is interesting to me because it's another game mode, and I'll just pull this up so I can see it myself. It's another game mode, basically. Do we call it that? Basically, I mean, like, we consider EZAs and SBR game modes, I guess, and Battlefield, right? So, like, it's going to be something similar to that. It's probably not going to be as intensive as Battlefield, complete UI change and stuff, for that matter. Probably going to be in the events tab. Albeit, you know, the EZAs have their own events tab. So, anyways, I don't know how, like, they, if you haven't noticed, they intentionally make the Dokkan events easier. They intentionally don't make them difficult generally, right? You might struggle if you're a new player or whatever the case is, but they're designed to where with at least a solid team, a good friend, you can beat them, and you shouldn't have much difficulty. And if you do, that's fine. You train up a little bit, you'll eventually not have much difficulty. But they're highly invested in having more end-game content. And part of the reason behind that is because, for one, this game has been around for so long that they are obviously looking at the perspective that, yeah, we have players that have had this game for years and years. So obviously their accounts are going to be well built. And they're also invested in endgame content because of the market for this game in Japan. It's an entirely different market outside there, or there versus how it is outside of Japan. They are interested in doing things like, some of you guys might go to school and share your boxes with your friends. That's a regular occurrence, on the train or whatever the case is. Competitiveness, collection, and like all of that stuff. It's an entirely different thing. So they're looking for more ways, and then they obviously have those mega whales that are, I'm a whale, but I'm a mega whale. There are whales that are bigger than me. And truth, probably. So, like, that's kind of where they're going with this. So let me know how you guys feel about more harder content comparable to SBR. The reason I wanted to touch on that and explain the mindset is because I'm sure that a lot of you guys still haven't completed the SBR stages, especially if you're free to play, and especially if you're free to play and you re-roll often. This game isn't really particularly kind to re-rolling often because of all the other events needing like good boxes, right? So I don't know. Let me know how you guys feel about it. Does it bother you? I mean, if you're not going to do the mode, in all reality, it shouldn't bother you much. But I do think that in the future, maybe they should work on bringing out some other stuff that's more accessible, I guess. But really, it just turns into getting everybody up to the mean with you. I don't know if this will have any other restrictions on it, like needing to be a certain rank or anything weird like that. I guess that remains to be seen. There's no announcement date in here. It's just a notice. We used to be able to tell when notices went away and when they would the event would start. They stopped that about 7 or 8 months ago, and we can no longer tell. So I can't tell you when this is coming, but just stay tuned. But what they do say here is start training up your box, get ready, awaken your old units if you haven't yet, do what you need to do. Check out Giru, do what he's telling you to do, because he's actually quite helpful. I'm sure there's a few in here. Okay, there's not a few in here that I need. Anyways, check that stuff out. Have an awesome day, everyone. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed today's video. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch all of you in the next one.